Hello there, commanders, and welcome back to National Cup. We are in round 2, match 3 between France and Spain, battle 2. I guess spoilers if you haven't watched the first battle, but the Spanish team has won. You can watch that previous battle, I guess, in the top right corner, if I'll bother and remember to put that in there. We'll see. Okay, let's see how the French team adapted. Let's turn off the fog of war. So they have removed cavalry and they have added archers instead. They have also added pikes. They're still going folksmen in here, no dogs this time. Glaives, so more or less the same composition. They added pikes, removed some infantry, changed to pikes, and changed cavalry for archers. And the Spanish team, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Still pretty much the same. Still repeating crossbows, still pikes, still elephants. Well, we'll see how the French team will be able to deal with the elephants this time. They definitely do have tools to deal with them. For example, pikes. Oh, there we go. That's much better already. Quarter health gone from the elephant, and the French team is pushing with the pikes here in the city. Can they cut off this elephant over here with a pike phalanx? Can they? Can they? Sort of. I mean, he needs to turn around. This pike unit isn't moving, and the elephant will slip away. But it will not go there, it will not go where it wanted, haha. So the French team is looking to push with pikes over here at A, and there's really nothing to stop them from doing that from the Spanish team. Spanish team is quite heavily committing onto C, but the French team has turned around here from the city and has gone towards C as well, and it unlocks in 1.5 minutes, but heavy fighting has already ensued. An elephant is there thrown in the mix, and a lot of infantry from both sides. Pikes here mincing some Roman infantry over here, and no flank is going to be applied there. Such a shame, because the glaives could have really gone in there and sandwiched this entire formation, but instead they are being sent over to B, trying to maybe find some sneaky backup or flanks. Archers here versus repeating crossbows, good counter on the part of the French team. The repeating crossbows have been pushed back. Now they need to make room for the archers, and archers can just shoot. For some reason, Hannibal spears in raised shields instead of these folksmen, for example. Oh, there we go, that's a better choice now. The glaives are sort of trying to push towards B, but they are getting wrecked and surrounded, so that hasn't really gone anywhere. Yeah, sandwiching maneuver over here at C could have been much better, but the French team is still looking quite strong over here. The pikes have actually been almost killed, at least this unit. This unit is still going strong. Can the French team find some flanks? It is possible. The pikes have gone quite deep. Once some of these units are finished off, you can find some flanks over there, but doesn't look like the French team is really going for that. The player is going to retreat and try to heal maybe. The glaives are incoming, but with the glaives there comes the Spanish pursuit. The glaives have elected to stop the pursuit and take them on here in the tall grass. Another unit of glaives is getting in there. The French team is almost cut down, but here comes the elephant. The favorite, the Spanish team is almost cut down here on C. The French team is almost in control, but here comes the counter, the elephant. So we'll see how this French team will deal with that. A Hannibal spear blob would actually be a pretty good counter to that if he wasn't almost dead. Aurora wasn't enough to rout them, 11 morale still left. French team is contesting A with their pikes, but those pikes have really found themselves on the wrong side of the engagement now that they're being attacked by swords from the rear, but that's not a big problem. They can just spin to win and cut them down anyway. But the French team is pulling slightly ahead. C now has 5 units of infantry, 6 incoming. French units on top of C, and only 1 elephant. Let's see again. How can they deal with that pesky elephant just running? Here comes another. God damn it! And here comes another one. It's just like, oh, you want to deal with 1 elephant? How about another one? And another one. You're not getting C. We have elephants. And well, the French team pikes are busy here on A. So yeah, the French team could have adapted by sending pikes to C, but now it is a little bit too late. They are sending archers and folksmen though, so they failed to push B. The Spanish team earlier failed to push E, and now they're turning their attention towards C, which is a smart adaptation compared to the previous battle. Both teams investing into C much earlier into the battle. The two elephants are actually being held a little bit away from the point. They're giving chase to the units that are trying to go back and heal here. Oh, the Hannibal spear blob has respawned, so that will be a nice counter to the elephants. But this elephant still is above half HP. Still very nice and healthy over here, and two fresh units of elephants have just made its way on top of C. This one is just going to run away and heal up. But the French team has archers in here. If they can find some reshots, there we go. Speaking of reshots, there we go. A barrage is being cast. I should actually remove this. There we go. So that's a nice barrage to the rear of an elephant. And there we go. Already just put down into the quarter HP. So much better adaptation for the French team. But the Spanish infantry reinforcements are coming. Can they be stopped in time? Can the elephants be killed quickly enough? So the elephant that was trying to run away and heal has been called back, as they have realized that they may not be able to buy that much time as they previously were. Let's see, two Foxmen units being sent from the French team, followed by some slower infantry, but the Foxmen will be able to make it here. Here comes spears and pikes and even more infantry from the city side. As the A push has been repelled, the pikes, the French pikes have been dealt with now. They have respawned over here on D. But, as the Spanish team is sending away so many units over to C, that opens an opportunity for this Hannibal blob to start contesting A. But it will still have to deal with 4 units of Roman infantry being thrown in there. The pikes are going to join them there. So let's see if the French team will manage to trade C for A, as that's what they are trying to do at the moment. They have given up on C pretty much. They decided they cannot really deal with the elephants anyway. I mean, they can, but it will take them a very long time, as the elephants are now pursuing the archers and the archers need to kite. The Spanish team is also launching an attack here onto E. There are 3 units in the area, all from the same player, and they are being faced by 2 units of spears accompanied by 3 units of repeating crossbows. The repeating crossbows have a really nice angle over here, landing rear shots onto the unsuspecting Roman infantry. And we'll see if the French team can respond to that. They do have one Foxman player that could respawn over here and help. The point will be contested, so the healing zone will be held. So if the respawn is needed, it will be done there. And C has been captured by the Spanish team, as predicted. Really no problems there once so many reinforcements arrived. So the Spanish team again ahead in the competition. Ooh, that's a huge blob of infantry. Well, miscommunication in the French team. They don't know who to send first. Do they want to pikes or do they want to spears? They decided for spears. Pikes are going to go around. The pikes are already pushing here. Except they're not really pushing, they're backing. Oh, that's not how you're going to capture the point. You need to right-click forward. Speaking of right-clicking forward, the Spanish team is sending a lot of reinforcements over from C to A. And it's such a huge commitment over here. His two pike units just idle, not being able to do anything. See, the Hannibal knows what's up. He just right-clicked forward. And he somehow routed this unit by attacking it from the front. That's how you do it. Now the Foxmen are being sent against those Hannibal spears. They have hamstrings, so they can slow them down for a little bit, but it won't be for long. There we go. The pike unit also has realized what's up, and it's right-clicking forward as well. Almost made its way on top of the A point, and that infantry cannot really do anything about that super powerful right-click forward. But the Spanish team is looking to launch an attack over on D, but the French team has a substantial amount of soldiers over there to prevent even the contest. But the pikes may be able to push forward, but again, they're not right-clicking forward. For some reason, they're not right-clicking forward. They're trying to deny the healing zone over here, but they have decided, well, there's nothing really healing here or spawning, so they will not do that. Instead, trying to get flank over here on D, enable some more angles of approach. The elephants could have been sent over around here instead of trying to walk through their own pikes. If they try to do that, that will not end well. The A is contested now by the French pikes. And if you want to check up on E, yep, the Foxmen have respawned, and in actuality a lot of other units have respawned in here. So the French team will be looking to launch a counter-attack over on B. We'll see if that can be successful. The spears, oh, they are recalling back to the base. The the chase has stopped. Well, they have run out of vision. So there you go, they have recalled all the way back to the base, and they will be running towards B, most likely, trying to get there in time before the French advance comes. Here, the sword player has been stopped from retreating, and the repeating crossbows also being pursued and chipped down while they're trying to run away. But they already have 2 units of swords already spawned back on top of B. 1 unit has brought the other. So the genius tactic of sending only 2 units to attack and 1 onto the healing zone. So just in case a counter attack like that happens, they can buy some time. Speaking of buying time, I spy with my little eye an elephant incoming, and another one being put on C, just in case if the French team would try some sneaky back captures. But this time the French team doesn't have any cavalry, so sneak captures aren't really an option, and it doesn't look like they have any infantry even able to go there. But, well, the Spanish team may not know that. The French are trying to put on attack onto B. They already started capturing it, but the Spanish sword player has retreated. The spear player is coming back up. The healing has not been denied successfully enough, as the archers have focused onto the elephant rather than onto denying the heal. But the only thing they could really deny were the repeating crossbows. And the repeating crossbows have decided not to heal one of the units. Oh, there we go. Now they heal up. I thought there was an attack order from them. So, okay. That's all good. And now the repeating crossbows will slowly but surely remove units of French infantry one by one. The French team advance isn't looking that hot, especially after the elephants arrive. They will be able to deal with them. Archers would need to split up a little bit more. The elephant is being pursued by a unit of infantry. He doesn't really care. He's just moving faster. I don't think he's even being hit. So let's see over here onto the D flank. The French team attack onto A has been stopped. It failed again. So now the Spanish team again will try to push D. Well, maybe really for the first time. They have tried a little bit before. Now it is a proper full-on attack. But the French team have already respawned pikes. They're going back to heal up their sword as well. This unit could sneak through and heal up as well, as the pikes will take care of anything that's incoming. But I decided this unit is healthy enough to just hold in there. And now the French team has launched a sneaky attack onto C. They do have the Hannibal at Porta's spear blow up to deal with these elephants. Can they do it? Can they do it? They have even more sword infantry to hold the foxes away and an incoming infantry reinforcements. They do have time until those spikes arrive. They need to clear that elephant, prevent any incoming infantry reinforcements from coming onto C. That elephant has already been taken down to like 60% of its HP by the Hannibal at Porta's phalanx. And let's see if they can cut him down. They're using the Hannibal though to stop the infantry from advancing instead of using their swords. So that's a little bit of a mismanagement, mismatching of the enemies. And now as a unit of Spanish folksmen will make it out of C. But I was also right, because the French unit of folksmen also has made it on top of C. They can use hamstring on that elephant. There we go, that slows them down. That elephant almost has went down, but it will manage to escape with just 1000 HP. It will run away, and oops, there's a healing zone here. Oh, the French team need to pursue him, send the folksmen to do that. But the pikes have arrived, and there pretty much go all the hopes of the French team of capturing C. Yeah, the elephants also managed to turn the tide of the battle around B, and also a lot of infantry respawnings. Only archers have stayed alive from that engagement over there close to B. And now it is the Spanish turn to counter push, try to pursue the French team, but they haven't really pursued them that well. The French team almost made it to the pursuit, but then they have focused onto the elephants rather than denying the healing. So it was a little too late, and the Spanish team healed up anyway, really. They have managed to respawn some fresh units, which is what the French team is now doing, and they will be able to face the Spanish team as well. Now this 4C is still going, but as I said, the French forces are just running out of steam. The elephant healed up, one, and another one is on top of there. And yeah, the Hannibal spears slowly being cut down. One last Caesar infantry is going down as well. The attack on D, the Spanish attack on D, has been stopped. Some of it may have been diverted towards C, but nonetheless, the attack on D is no longer happening. Now they're trying to send, Spanish team is trying to send some pikes around. They won't be able to deny the healing, but they will be able to do definitely some damage over here and maybe open an angle of attack. Was it the pike flanks already? No, it's find the shade, counter the Pila, very smart. Pike phalanx over there, and yeah, the route will be open, sort of open, because there's still another French unit to stop any additional advance. But the Spanish team isn't really looking to keep attacking over there. They're just comfortably sitting, gaining 2.2 points per second as A is being contested, and they are 150 points ahead of the French team. So yeah, very slowly but surely they are headed for victory. But all it takes for the French team is capturing 1 point. Maybe one of the counterattacks will be successful. No, very nice barrage onto one of the Hannibal spear units. Ray Shields is being called out a little bit too late after the barrage has been done. One unit making the 3 repeating crosses run away, trying to provide vision for the archers. Now they decide against it. Oh, but the Spanish team also doesn't have vision. They do have Sight of the Dragon though, so maybe it's on cooldown. And well, the Spanish counterattack onto E after defending B has also failed. I think this guy has quite a lot of to do with that. Yes, this guy, this blue guy over here. But anyway, the French team will successfully push the Spanish team back. Oh, we're going to have a ranged duel. Yeah, the French team doesn't have vision. Watchtower belongs to the Spanish, and double barrage of repeating crossbows eliminates 2 French units of archers. And actually, the Spanish team may reinforce their push, so the French may not even get to counterattack. But the French team is also reinforcing their forces on E already, healing them all up, apart from this unit for some reason. A, still contested. Let's see what's going on in here. Pikes are doing their spin to win tactics. They may prevent any reinforcements from coming in, and there are only 2 units left in here, being attacked by 2 French units. Another unit of Hannibal spears is coming, so this is the best chance the French team has to capture A. Now is the moment you can capture A. Let's see. They would need to send this infantry over here, snag them through. They don't really need to sneak anything. The path is way open. Do they think what they have right now is enough? I mean, it may be the case, but the Spanish team has just respawned over here. I think this is a fresh player that is just respawned. There was no healing going on in there. And now the French team needs to block this way of attacking. And well, this pike unit isn't healthy enough to stop this elephant. This elephant can just walk through, suffer close to no damage. The pikes have been lifted just to let them through in a salute. Yes, elephant, you go on top of A. Stop us from capturing it. So yeah, that is what is going to happen. That being said, the French team still has a lot of reinforcements coming. But that being said, the Spanish team also has a lot of units respawning over here. And as long as they can get them on top of the point A, there should be no trouble for them to defend the point. And the French team is also slowly running out of HP bars. The French team is looking kind of lost, like they're going back and forth with really no sense of direction at the moment. I mean, they're not working with no fog of war as I am, so they have spotted the pikes over here, and so they have decided to engage them frontally. I don't think that is a good idea. He also decides against it. So maybe 2 units will try to outmaneuver the 1 unit of pikes and get on top of C. Maybe even flank and kill the pikes. That is a possibility. I made it into a French possible. The French accent is punching through. Oh, nice barrage. Now not a barrage, but nice volley. The watchtower has been captured by the French team, and now the French team is in a counter-attack and they're pushing towards B. The Spanish team is going back to heal to try to respond in time before the French counter-attack arrives, but the French counter-attack isn't really in a hurry. They're just chilling on the watchtower. Maybe they're waiting for more infantry to arrive to push together as one. But the more you wait, the more time for the Spanish team you give to heal up or call some reinforcements from the other flank. And the attack on A has been stopped. Just a few last units being cut down. That prevents the players from respawning and getting here on top of D. Let's see, D is now wide open. That's a great opportunity for the Spanish team to capture D. Let's see if they can do it. The French team has respawned 6 units, 5 actually, the 6th one is healing. And see, well, that is Hannibal at Porte's phalanx. Is it in phalanx? That is a good question. It is, okay. Now all they need to do is right click forward. Seems like that's what they're doing, and they will be on top of the point. And also the pikes are going to do that as well. Let's see if the Spanish team can maybe prevent that from happening. They're sending 1 unit against the pikes. That is not going to stop them. Pikes are in pike phalanx, right clicking forward. Point D will be contested, and doesn't look like it will flip. Yep, it is already being contested by the Hannibal Spears. But the Hannibal Spears have suffered quite a lot of damage. But that would matter if not for the pikes being in here. So as the French team is stopping the Spanish advance over here on D, they're trying another sneak attack going around the Colosseum. Maybe they weren't spotted. I don't think they were spotted. There was nothing that could spot them other than the spears over here. They have spotted this movement. So the Spanish team may be aware of the pikes coming in. They are putting their own pikes over here on A to help defend against any such sneaky attacks. And well, the Spanish team also just naturally is coming in here to heal up. So there will be units just present on A, whether they want it or not. Just sort of passively happening. In the meantime, the counterattack onto B has been recalled, and they have changed their sides over to C. There is 1 elephant in there, 1 pesky elephant that just won't die. It is down to 75% of its HP. The spears are going to be surrounded and routed most likely anytime now. It is Leonidas, so hold the line is available. Reflank past right flank is not enough, still 19 morale. They need to be all 3 flanks. Oh, there we go. Green Dragon Strike puts him at -1 morale. But will the FX last long enough? Nope. One of the flanks have been dropped, or rather converted from a reflank to a side flank. And now Leonidas will hold. More units arrive, and there goes really the French attempt of getting C. The ending zone is denied, but if you look at the Spanish team, there is nothing that is dead and could respawn in here, and there is also nothing that is going to, at the moment, go heal up. So that glaive unit could be really useful over here, help them with that elephant. But would that really make that much of a difference? Maybe, maybe not. The French team is looking quite strong over here on A though. 2 pike units. They have managed to kill the Spanish pike unit. Now can they reposition themselves to stop this unit from entering? And A may be captured. They still contested. The pike unit of the Spanish team is going to be cut down from behind now. So another attack onto the point has failed. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are 23 minutes into the battle. And the only point that has been captured is C. Every single time either of the teams tried to attack a point, they failed. Because, well, not really they failed. The other team was good enough to defend the point. And C, as a neutral point, has went the way of the Spanish team, as they were, well, better suited to defend that. He is now being captured, but obviously that is not going to go through, as the Foxmen have respawned, have healed up, and they are going to contest that. There is also range duel between the archers and repeating crossbows. The repeating crossbows are going to deal a lot of damage to the Foxmen though, so that is quite a good counter. And the French team doesn't have vision onto the repeating crossbows other than the unit that is hunted. But there's only 1.5 archer unit alive. They need to heal up, but the healing zone is right here for them available, so that will not pose a problem. How is A going? An elephant is on top of that. I see. An elephant. Those damn elephants, they're really the French bane. They cannot really do anything against them. They had 2 pike units over here, but those pike units have been killed. The elephant, half HP. The Spanish infantry is desperately trying to make their way on top of it. Is this a Hannibal? It is Hannibal in Portes versus Hannibal in Portes. not pike phalanx, just Carthaginian phalanx versus Carthaginian phalanx, both trying to pull through one another. So that's a very interesting dynamic to see. Oh, one unit is going to get routed, no determination available, or maybe just not cast quickly enough. Is it going to rout as well? Yes, it is going to rout. So this engagement is going the way of the French team. Elephant is almost dead as well. Ooh, what? He is almost being captured. It has been flipped, and the archer unit, for some reason, is not going on top of E to stop and contesting that. It's almost dead. Just split up, go around, contest. Okay, then don't. Then don't. The point has been flipped, so no healing, no respawning. So E will actually be captured. 25 minutes in, second point has been captured. Hooray! And the Spanish team will now surely win. Well, it was winning anyway because they had C. Speaking of C, an elephant is on top of it, being chased by a lot of infantry, and the Spanish reinforcements are coming back in. I'm really getting some severe cases of deja vu in here. A is looking quite good for the French team, though. Maybe they will be able to capture it, but they're pikes. They're pikes, and they have right-click forward on over the point. And if pikes want to go somewhere, they will go somewhere. And that's what they did. They are on top of C. They're on top of A. They're maybe also on top of C. Yeah, see, I was correct. The Spanish pikes are also on top of C. They have right-click forward, and they have managed to make their way over there. I doubt they're on pike phalanx. That would be pretty stupid. They are. They aren't fighting. Maybe they're scared of Pillai and melee. Who knows? Like fight in the shade decreases your actual fighting stats, which I think it should, but the developers decided it's fine. It's fight in the shade, right? That's the reason they have given. They're not getting phalanx while they're fighting the shade, so I guess that's the debuff they're suffering. And pike versus pikes, duel on top of A, but the French team advance has been mostly stopped. An elephant is put out of D, again to add insult to injury, and there is 0 points gained per second by the French team, as the Spanish team is just mere seconds away from securing a victory, 2-0 victory in round 2. So after losing to Russians, if I remember correctly, yeah, that was Russia versus Spain. Russia defeated the Spanish team 2-0 last round. Now Spanish team has found a revenge against the French. And let's look at the standings as we are at the end of the round 2. So now Ukraine and Russia are tied for first place with 6 points, 2 wins each, 0 ties, 0 losses obviously. China and Spain are tied for the third place with 3 points each, 1 win and 1 loss each. And France and Poland are tied for 5th place with 0 points, as they have suffered 2 losses. The next round is going to be, the next match is going to be China versus Poland. That is going to be our highlight match of the round. Then we will have France versus Russia and Spain versus Ukraine. So well, I'll see you there, but until then, I'll also see you on Arena's Battlefields Commanders.